With us right now, the stud stable. What about the Bluegrass Brawl?
Little fellas, let me tell you something. Stay out of my face and hold the microphone up high, because Stud's gonna tell you, I got 15 women running around on me, IRS up my rear end, son. I got all kinds of problems, but I'm gonna guarantee you, son, I ain't gonna do the Von Erich thing. You know.
Hey, Daddy, this is the man of the champions, Bill Fonzie Alfonso, giving a shout out to something else. Something else, Daddy.
This is Nicole Matata, Great Warrior Wolf, and you are listening to Something Else.
I'm Tony Cini, and you're listening to Something Else.
Hey everybody, it's Rich Palladino, the voice of New England, and you are listening to Something Else with Arya.
Degenerates and reprobates, welcome to episode number 209 of Something Else. Feast your ear holes on this week's episode as we take a look at Mid-South Wrestling and World Class Championship Wrestling from July 7th, 1984. My name is Arya, and joining me, as always, is the Jimmy Golden to my Robert Fuller. It's Trae. Trae, how the hell you doing today?
Well, I got good news and bad news. The good news is the wife does not have COVID. The bad news is that Astro Peach has ringworm, so we're gonna have to.
No.
We're gonna have to keep him isolated from the other kitties who he just got to be friends with, and everyone is very unhappy with it.
I bet I'm unhappy about it, and I don't even live there.
Yeah, I know. By the way, the Jimmy Golden, just apropos of nothing, and this is dumb, but the other day I was watching, there's an episode of like Southeastern from 1978 on YouTube. I think it's probably the earliest one on there. And in the thing, Jimmy Golden and Bob Roop are a babyface tag team against, is it Dennis Condrey and Phil Hickerson, maybe, managed by Ron Wright? And they do a thing, they are trying to get a rematch for the Southeastern tag titles, and they're doing the personality profile with Les Thatcher, and they get a call from Jimmy's father, Phil Golden, who has agreed to put his hair on the line so they can get this tag team title match. And what a dad. But I was just struck at older Phil Golden in 1978 sounds exactly like older Ron Fuller in like the 2020s, which like they're cousins. It's funny, but it was like when I heard the voice, it's like, how the fuck is like old man Ron Fuller calling in 1978?
Oh Lord. Yeah, so much like Robert Fuller, I ain't gonna do the Von Erich thing.
That's good.
So that's all I have to say about that.
You don't want to go into any more detail?
I'm single now, ladies and gentlemen. You know, get in my inbox if you want some.
Y'all are missing out on a really fine gal. I don't know what the problem is.
Oh, I'm gonna die, because I'm fat.
Well, we're all gonna die, and we're all fat.
Apparently, my ex is immortal.
Well, I learned from one Lance Archer that, in fact, everybody dies.
How many Lance Archers are there? And which one did you learn that from?
The one from Hearn, Texas. The one of the three little speed traps between Bryan and Waco.
Three little speed traps are fools, are we? Sorry. I don't know the real song well enough to parody it. Oh Lord. So you had a more fun weekend than I did, I hear.
I think I did. I think well, I don't know. You had a pretty good weekend until the drive home. I had a pretty good
Yeah.
weekend. My drive home was a little bit eventful, but not as eventful as yours. I just had to sit at a gas station and wait out a storm for about 15 minutes while I thought about Tim Horner. Which I don't know. Did you think about Tim Horner on your drive home? Mine may have been worse.
At no point did I think about Tim Horner on my drive home.
Well, at least there's that.
Although I may have been more entertained if I would just like pulled up bad Tim Horner promos. And by bad Tim Horner promos, I just mean Tim Horner promos and just played them on
You
a
know what you
loop.
should have done? You know what you should have
Really
done?
pissed off. Sung Thunder Roll
No,
and the
you should have played Horner singing Shameless.
Oh my God. That may have made the trip go even longer, I think.
Oh yeah, from what I hear, there was enough trouble with directions and whatnot anyway.
Oh my God. You would think following the fucking thing on Google Maps wouldn't be that fucking difficult.
I do it every day.
Apparently, it's fucking algebra for some people. Which I guess is
you know
fine
what?
because
Algebra.
I'm pretty good at math, so maybe it is algebra, and just I don't have an issue with it.
Algebra's kind of bullshit. I mean, why are you putting fucking letters with numbers? Why don't you go fuck yourself?
I said that recently, except I didn't say anything about math. Anyway, has awful of a segue this is going to be. What are your thoughts on Adam Cole and his concussion?
Oh, that really, really sucked. But I gotta say, I I was sitting in the arena when I saw the tweet from Sean Ross Sapp that Adam Cole wasn't going to be cleared, and then I saw that they were doing the four-way, and it sucked. And I'm not minimizing it at all, but seeing him, because he came out to do the speech on Saturday, and just the look in his face, he looked so devastated that when I found out it was a concussion, I was relieved. Does that make
What
sense?
did you think it could have been?
It like the look on his face, I'm like, did he get a fucking cancer diagnosis or something?
Yeah.
Like he just seemed devastated, which I understand, and I'm not making fun of him because
No.
the one thing that I can relate to is losing a career that means the world to you. So I'm just like, God damn, he was devastated.
Well, you remember he was out for almost a year with a concussion the
Yeah.
first time.
He's had such bad luck with injuries on this AEW run. The concussion and then the ankle, and then wasn't there something else in there? Oh my God.
Yes, I think if Adam Cole's learned anything, it's not to get hit in the head nor jump off a ramp.
Well, get well soon, baby. We love you.
Legitimately one of the nicest wrestlers I've ever met.
Yeah, I met him too. He's a very nice guy.
I mentioned Chris Hero a few weeks ago. He's up there too.
I've only like exchanged a few words with Chris Hero, but yeah, he was very friendly too.
Also, I guess in the same vein, Seth Rollins. He apparently got injured during Saturday night's main event, and this is where it gets a little iffy because, and I haven't looked up anything else about it since, but apparently they had to rewrite a lot of Saturday night's main event on the fly. Apparently he was going to have something to do with to the point that they rewrite the entire last 40 minutes of the show, which makes you think that it's possible Goldberg was supposed to go over Gunther and then Seth would cash in on him.
I suppose now I was seeing earlier, I didn't look into it, I just kind of saw it in passing, that Sean Ross Sapp thought that it happened during the Saturday night's main event match, but I think Dave and maybe others had said that they had heard a couple of days before that Seth had an injury.
I think maybe I'm just misreading what I saw Dave say. I thought Dave was saying that it was that like it was a planned injury spot.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
But I have my fun with Mr. Seth Rollins, and I have been known to refer to him with unflattering nicknames such as Baby's first work rate guy. But I hope he heals well and is back at work soon as well.
Baby's first work rate guy.
I'm
Oh,
sorry, Seth.
that's
I'm sorry, Seth. No offense.
that,
Seth, if you're listening, and I don't know why you wouldn't be, I think you would have done incredible
especially
if you
now.
had gone and worked in Japan for a couple of years. The people like me who think you didn't do all you could have wouldn't think that.
Especially now that he's injured. What else does he have to do?
Well, yeah, why not? I mean, come on,
The
the G1, you're off. Just give Gato a call.
Yeah. Especially since his injuries at work, I'm sure.
Yeah. No,
Um,
I hope I hope I hope everybody has a full and speedy recovery.
I just skimmed through today's daily update. It just got posted. There's nothing notably to talk about, or nothing notable to talk about. All right, so you want to talk about some Mid-South wrestling?
Yeah, sure, why not?
All right, so let's go to the intro with Boyd and Bill, and they're going to pitch it to a promo with Jim Cornette, which is always a nice way to start the show.
And welcome to Mid-South Wrestling Television Network. I'm your host, Boyd Pearson. A lot of exciting action coming up. You'll see a tag team bout. The Midnight Express, Dennis Condrey and Bobby Eaton versus the new team here on Mid-South, the sensational, highly ranked, pretty young things consisting of Norvell Austin and Coco Ware. Another great battle, Sonny King in the ring against Nature Boy Buddy Landell. And to tell you about it, our commentator, the knowledgeable president of Mid-South Sports, Bill Watts.
Well, thank you, Boyd. It's great to be back. But, I think action speaks a lot louder than words. Let's go to the ring with Jim Ross.
Ladies and gentlemen, before we start the matches here today, Jim Cornette has an announcement he would like to make. Those of you out there with the capability of thought are probably wondering to yourself, why is Mr. Wrestling 2 standing in the ring with Jim Cornette? And the answer is real simple, just like you are. This man has proven himself to be an awesome athlete, literally capable of wrenching a man apart with his bare hands. And that's exactly the type of individual that I was looking for, because there's a lot of weirdos running around Mid-South, a lot of crazy people, like that hacksaw Jim Duggan, for one. He's psychotic. He's some kind of drunk or wino, always falling asleep at the ring. But he's after me. He's liable to attack me. He's liable to attack anybody at any minute. He wants to attack somebody, big man, with a 2x4. So this man, and because of all the other weirdos running around, I have hired Mr. Wrestling 2 at a considerable salary to be my bodyguard. Anywhere I go, he goes. And I pity the poor fool that lays their hands on me. And now, I introduce to you the Mid-South Tag Team Champions, the men who represent you whether you like it or not. Loverboy Dennis and beautiful Bobby, the Midnight Express.
I don't want to insinuate anything about Mr. Wrestling 2, but he seemed to double up his dosage of Deca this week. Am I on mute? No, I'm not. Trey's on mute. That was
I'm sorry.
Trey
I'm
cue
so
to be
sorry.
popped.
Oh, I replied immediately, and then it was dead. So I thought, yeah, my bad. What are you implying about the integrity of one Mr. Quote unquote 2?
I would never imply anything about Mr. 2. And as we'll see later, it's a good thing that he's got a manager.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, he left his manager in the back later on in the show.
Yeah.
But yeah, today we're gonna have the Midnight Express versus the sensational new team, the highly ranked, the pretty young things. We're gonna finally get that Sonny King Buddy Landell match that we almost had last week. And Bill's at like the least number of words he's ever said in his life, because he's basically just like, let's go to the ringside with Jim Ross. Notice,
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe he just, I don't know if he's never done it or just like never noticed it or whatever. He did not mention that sissy's name at all. He didn't say, let's go to Jim Ross with that sissy or anything like that. He just said, let's go to Jim Ross.
He's just not going to dignify him by acknowledging his existence anymore.
Who's got a bigger head, do you think? Bill Watts or primetime Brian Lee?
Oh, fuck. Brian Lee is horse head. What is Watts? Fucking walrus head?
Poor Big Head. Big Head and Horse Head. They could have been a hell of a team.
Oh man, if Mid-South had if the UWF had hung on a few more years, we could have had Horsehead Brian Lee in UWF.
Oh my God. I mean, Brian Lee was wrestling like, wasn't he wrestling like 88? It's like it was not that far off.
Yeah.
By the way, I meant to say this to you off the air before we got started, but what the hell? Let's do it on the air. Did I tell you that in addition to OVW and Lucha Underground, the other thing I kind of want to do is WCW Saturday Night?
From what point?
From 85.
Yeah, okay. Well, let's
let's get through everything else, all right?
Yeah.
I got to find a way to keep you alive for another 14 years or so. So we go to our opener. It's the Midnight Express, the tag team champions, versus the sensational, highly ranked Pretty Young Things. And I got to ask you, Trey, if the Pretty Young Things are a new team to Mid-South, how are they highly ranked?
Well, they're highly ranked in the magazines based on their work in other territories, obviously.
Why didn't they go after Adrian Adonis and Dick Murdoch, who are probably also highly ranked?
Well, because they have commitments in both New York and Japan. They are very busy.
Okay. So Watts said the PYTs don't look pretty, but they look bad. I didn't know those were mutually exclusive. You can't be both pretty and bad.
Well, I've been pretty bad at a lot of things.
There you go. Coco managed to dodge duck.
Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
Coco managed to dodge, duck, dip, dive, and dodge around Bobby and Dennis until being cut off. Coco drop-kicked Dennis into referee Ron West, and a four-way breaks out. Coco got conjured in an abdominal stretch of all things. Corny tried to interfere, but Coco dropped him off the apron. Sue tried to interfere. He climbs to the top rope, but outruns Hacksaw Dugan to fling Sue off the top rope, and off the top rope came Mr. Wrestling 2, and off the head came his mask. And oh my God, it's Hercules Hernandez.
I heard about him in the Florida area. He's a bad dude.
And somehow, I don't even know why I didn't bother to go back to rewatch this, but somehow the PYTs pinned the Midnight Express.
The camera completely missed it in the chaos. I think Coco, he caught one on Dennis somehow, I think.
Wasn't like the ring full of people who were not the Midnight Express and the PYTs?
Yeah, and it was focused on all the people except for the people that were involved. By the way, everybody, those of you who have watched your 1989 WCW, you probably know that the original Midnight Express was Dennis Condrey and Randy Rose in Southeastern a couple of years before this. But that was actually a three-man team of Dennis Condrey, Randy Rose, and Norvell Austin. So really, this was the original explosion of the original Midnight Express.
Yes. Unfortunately, we couldn't get Randy Rose, which is probably the only time that phrase has ever been said in the history of mankind.
Yeah. This was good. Hey, something about those Tennessee tag teams. There must be something in the water.
Man, I wonder how Booker Bill Dundee found all these Tennessee tag teams.
Yeah, I wonder.
So good match. I honestly, and I didn't know any better. I thought they were coming in as heels because we already have two babyface tag teams. We only have one heel tag team.
Oh, speaking of that, the other thing that I wanted to mention, Bill actually mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
Bill mentioned during the match that when Norvell Austin was a young man, he ran around with Sputnik Monroe, and I got read up about him a little bit because I didn't know a lot about Norvell other than the name, and so in the 50s, 60s, into the 70s in the South, a black wrestler could not be a heel. And I could write a fucking dissertation about that, and maybe I will someday. But it was kind of a big deal in like 71. Norvell teamed with Sputnik Monroe, and not only they were like one of the first, mixed race tag teams, but they were heels. So that was they would imply that maybe Norvell was Sputnik's son, because the story of Sputnik Monroe, but it was. Yeah, but it was cool because I've heard a lot about Norvell Austin, never seen him a whole lot. So yeah, the PYTs and Watts mentioned, because we talked about this. Watts mentioned at one point they called him Coco Beware in Memphis, so that was interesting.
Yes. We then get Dr. D. David Schultz with the Medal of Television taking on Han Schroeder, and Han Schroeder looks like if Dr. D. David Schultz gained 100 pounds.
Oh, that was that reference. Okay,
yes.
Yeah. No, this was a hoss fight for a minute here, a couple of minutes.
And then Dr. Death won with the Oklahoma Stampede.
Okay, so Doc is wrestling, and the TV title medal is hanging on the post. Why didn't Terry Taylor just come out there and grab it? Like it's his property.
Well, he's a baby face.
But you're not stealing if it's your property.
Same reason Crusher Khrushchev didn't come down and get it when he was a heel.
Oh, because he's a bitch? Are you saying Terry Taylor's a bitch?
I might be saying Terry Taylor's a bitch. Have you not been listening to those Jim Cornette videos that's come out recently? Where he's talking about his ending in TNA? Terry Taylor might be a bitch.
Oh, I think I saw that, and I haven't listened to it yet. He did talk about the thing when Terry flunked the stooge test. It's funny. That's one thing. You can listen to a wide variance of wrestling personalities. The one thing they agree on, Terry Taylor's a fucking stooge.
And I'm not denying Terry Taylor is a little bitch or a stooge, but as I'm waiting for our cease and desist letter for calling Terry Taylor a bitch over and over again. My lawyer is not Stephen P. New, so please don't sue me. But I'll be honest though, like you gotta wonder though. Like, yeah, fine, it's a stooge test. But like if you emailed your former coworker, I mean, hell, Terry Taylor was his boss. If you got fired from a job, whether the circumstances were suspicious or not, and you then emailed your former boss and talked about how you wished you could murder your former coworker, there is a responsibility to report that, because no matter how unlikely it is, if heaven forbid you did do that, then your former boss is now culpable in that murder.
I am not saying that the choices made by Mr. James Mark with an E Cornette in that situation were the wisest decisions that he could have made, just that they were Jim Cornette decisions.
Mark with an E?
But because his middle name is Mark, but it was always like James.
I get it, yeah. I wonder where that came from, though. Now when you really think about it, like I never questioned growing up that Jim Cornette's middle name somehow started with an E. You wonder where that even came from.
Jerry Jarrett. Christine Jarrett. I don't know. Somebody, yeah, use an E. Have it E. Jerry Lawler, Bill Dundee. Somebody thought an E sounded good.
There you go. I always think it's funny, and we mentioned this during Smoky Mountain, that even the baby faces always call him Jimmy. You know if I hate you, I'm not going to call you a cutesy nickname.
I mean, some
Anywho,
people go by Jimmy.
Speaking of Terry Taylor being a little bitch, let's go to Terry Taylor being a little bitch with Jim Ross.
Terry Taylor is a
Ladies and gentlemen, Terry Taylor has requested, as we were standing watching this match, to say just a couple of words here on Mid-South Wrestling. I know you got something on your mind.
Doc, come here. Come here, Doc. I don't want any trouble. I've had time to think about this. I don't want anything that isn't mine. Doc, I want my medal back.
Hey, Punk, I told you once. I told you. You gotta go through me if you want this medal.
You didn't win the medal. I won the match for the
I
medal.
was a man enough to grab that medal. You weren't no man.
You grabbed it off the table. You didn't take it off anybody.
Hey, pal, I told you. If you want this medal, you're gonna have to go through me, and that goes for anybody else.
Oh, wait just a minute. Doc.
If that's the way you want it, that's the way it's got to be. I've come too long and too far to back up, and if I got to go through you, that's exactly what I'm going to do.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's go back to Bill Watts and Boyd Pierce.
Well, Boyd, without a doubt, and certainly Terry Taylor's right. Doc is a protege, and I watched him at the University of Oklahoma. Think a lot of him, but he's wrong in this case, Boyd.
I know, but he means business, Bill, and
That's right.
Bill is disappointed in his protege.
Darn. I gotta say, I think you're right though. Terry
Taylor's a bitch.
Confirmed bitch, yeah.
I gotta say that was not the planned name for the episode, but Terry Taylor's a little bitch might be the winner.
I don't think Steve's gonna let us have that one.
No, it might have to be the special bonus YouTube episode title. Oh Lord, and we'll give them your address to send the legal letter to.
Yeah, there we go.
But
I can throw it away, no problem.
There you go. Okay, I gotta admit, these are two people who are not very good at promos, but I gotta say I'm a little interested in where this is going here, even though Terry Taylor is in fact a bitch.
Yeah, it's like I understand. We talked about this. I understand you need Doc to work heel and develop some personality, but it's like just watching these two. It's like I would be more into this feud if the roles were reversed.
I don't know. I think Doc, as a bit of a bully heel, especially with his legitimate amateur credentials, I think it could work. But yeah, Terry Taylor is a little bitch and should be a heel too.
Okay, you cut out, and I came back to is a little bitch and should be a heel too. So I have no idea who that is in reference to.
Terry Taylor. He's a little bitch and should also be a heel.
I agree because being a little bitch doesn't make me want to cheer for you.
But I do think that Doc makes a good heel because, he's with his legitimate amateur credentials, he's a fucking badass, and you're not gonna fuck with this guy.
He is tremendous as a jock bully. Yeah.
And by the way, what's with people being shoved and slapped off camera nowadays? I guess Terry Taylor wants to prove that Jim Cornette's not the only person that can go flying off camera.
Well, at least Dennis was the only person that got pinned off camera.
I think, though, it's the rule that anytime someone's about to be shoved or slapped off camera, Jim Ross has to interview them because his face never stops being tremendous.
I would just simply stop being interviewed by Jim Ross if I kept getting slapped or pushed.
Well, I mean, if that logic worked, would you ever visit whatever town Angela Lansbury was in? And if you saw her coming, If I saw Angela Lansbury coming, I would have turned and ran in the opposite direction because if you're a former friend of hers, you're either dying or about to be accused of murder.
You know what would be a great crossover event?
Murder, She Wrote, and Walker, Texas Ranger.
Oh damn, that might be even better than what I was gonna say.
But
Oh, I was gonna say Murder She Wrote. I was gonna say Dexter She Wrote.
oh my God.
And
Can you
but
imagine
they're
that?
trying to catch each other, right?
Oh my
That'd be
God,
a good
that's
one.
even better. Not even them working together. Because that's where my
I think
thought
I lost
went.
you again.
Great. I'm losing all the guys in my life this week. Trey, can you hear me? I guess he cannot do that. Well, while Trey logs back in, we'll see what the hell's going on here. And I guess I'll just talk to myself here for a minute. We certainly have a wonderful wrestling program still to go today.
Hello?
Hello, can you hear me? Trey. Trey, Trey, Trey. Trey, 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 Trey.
Hello?
Trey, 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 Trey. Trey, 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 Trey. I assume you still can't hear me. Oh, Lord. Folks, this is a hell of a program here, folks. All right. So we're gonna take a respite. I'm gonna close this, reopen it, and see what's going on. And welcome back. I'm done singing. Trey can hear me, and the Fantastics are in the ring to take on Dale Vesey and Lance Storm and Cyrus's favorite former booker, Bulldog Bob Brown.
Oh, that was Bulldog Bob Brown? I did not put that
Yeah.
together.
Yes, it was.
The Kansas
Bob
City
Brown.
the Kansas City. Am I thinking Bob
Yes.
Brown? Was he like
Yes.
the Kansas City guy? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. I did not put that together.
I did go to Cage Match to confirm that was the same Bob Brown.
I knew a Bob Brown was somebody, but it didn't. Yeah, I recognize Del Vesey. Okay, Del Vesey and Bob Brown look like slightly shittier versions of the same guy.
And the sad thing is, because they looked similar enough, I legit don't know who Rogers pinned with a power slam. I wrote
had to
Bob
go
Brown,
back.
but I'm not sure.
It was Dale Vesey. I had to go back and see who raised their hand when which name was called.
Oh Lord! And sadly, this is where I would have loved to play some clips from Killing the Town with Cyrus doing his Bob Brown impression before he became the biggest heel in wrestling. But sadly, those clips seem to have disappeared off the face of the earth.
Oh, that's a shame.
So I guess Don didn't want them to get too over.
Hey, man, Don Callis, that motherfucker, I got to give him a lot of credit. To get the kind of heat that motherfucker got in Texas, usually you got to beat up a Von Erich or try to give people health insurance.
Still pops me.
Thank you.
Still pops me.
Thank
you. Lordy, lordy, lordy. We had Sonny King versus Nature Boy Buddy Landell. I don't know how tired you are of Sonny King yet, but we only have 4 more matches of him.
Watching Sonny King work holds was not the most exciting wrestling that I have ever seen.
No. He wins with a small package, and to be honest, I'm not sure if he was supposed to win or not, because Butch Reed hit the ring so quickly with a chair that part of me thought that he missed his cue and he was a second too late, and Sonny King didn't bother getting up off Buddy and just took the pinfall that he wasn't supposed to. But ultimately,
Maybe.
Reed broke the chair he took with him over King's head. However, Sonny King no-sold it, and he got the chair and stood tall as the heels bailed because, again, weird-ass 80s trope, black people have really hard heads.
Okay.
But shouldn't Butch Reed have known that?
You know what I was just about to bring up? Exactly fucking that. Because if just for a moment, take out everything else, if just for a moment we accept the premise at face value that black wrestlers have exceptionally hard heads, would not Butch Reed, nay bitch Steed, would he not know that? Why would he try to take Sonny King out by breaking a chair over his head?
You would think so, but I mean, I don't know.
Okay, is it all black wrestlers or only black baby faces?
Possibly only black baby faces. Much like how only baby faces love to have fun, it's possible that only black baby faces have hard heads.
Yeah, because as we were just discussing, black heels a relatively new thing in wrestling. So maybe Reed is doing his best and doesn't quite. Although that's confusing. Like, how does that work growing up? Like, if you're a young Bruce Reed fighting on the streets of, I don't know where Butch Reed is from, Baltimore. Where the fuck is Butch Reed from?
I was gonna say New Orleans, but I don't think he's from New Orleans.
I don't. Anyway, like, how do you? So if a young man gets into a fight on the streets, is it something inherent that, okay, if 14-year-old Butch Reed, I don't know the ages, but let's just say 14-year-old Butch Reed and 16-year-old Sonny King get into a fight, whatever.
I'm sure Butch Reed at some point was 14 years old.
Well, yeah, I don't know the age difference, but that's not the point. Okay, so would a 16-year-old Sonny King have a hard head because he's just a natural baby face? How does that work?
I think it's whoever God dictates is the baby face that is the that has the hard head.
So, like, Boa Brazil probably had a hard head from the cradle to the grave, right?
Yes. I nearly began cackling because I looked up Butch Reed date of birth, which is July 11th, 1954. And then I looked up Sonny King date of birth, and it said April 1st, 1922. And then there was pictures of some white guy. I'm like, this is not Sonny King, the pro wrestler.
Not the same Sonny King.
No. So I added wrestler, and he was born in 1945. So he was 9 years older. So not quite as preposterous as I wanted it to be.
I hope. Well, I don't know. I bet 14-year-old Bruce Reed was whooping up on some 23-year-old men. He's a pretty tough kid.
Now I'm picturing like a 50-year-old white guy, Sonny King, fighting 14-year-old Butch Reed on the street somewhere.
Well, we don't know that didn't happen too.
I mean, I'm gonna bet that it didn't, but yeah. By the way, Kansas City. I don't know why I couldn't figure
Kansas
that out.
City.
Introduced from Kansas City, but
okay. Kansas. I'm sorry, Bruce Reed, that I thought of a city.
Please don't send Ron Simmons after us.
Damn.
All right. So we said what happened after the match because obviously it led us down this path. So up next, someone who may or may not be Mr. Wrestling 2 versus someone who definitely is the Alabama Junior Heavyweight Champion, Mike Jackson. Let's go specifically to the intro of the match.
Ladies and gentlemen, this match is one fall with a 10-minute time limit. I think this gentleman has something.
I got something to say, and I want everybody here to listen real close, and I want Jim Duggan, wherever he is, to listen real close. When I first came here, I stated my goals and I stated my dreams, and they have all come true. I already won one man out of town. That's Mr. Wrestling 2. Everybody knows I'm the greatest. Now I'd like to introduce myself to everybody. Hercules Hernandez Unchained, 260 pounds of white hot steel and sex appeal, baby. Look at it right here. That's what it's all about. And I'm walking down Bad Street. I own Bad Street. I'm the mayor of Bad Street. Everybody's going to find out. Jim Duggan, nobody walks in my back door. Nobody walks in my back door. I'm looking for you, brother.
Ladies and gentlemen, there you hear it. Hercules Hernandez, 200.
So, Trey, I got a question for you.
The same question I have for you?
Possibly. A few months ago, Mr.'s Wrestling had their masks and robes stolen by the Rock and Roll Express, and they had backup masks. Where is Mr. Wrestling 2's backup mask?
The Rock and Roll Express stole it.
What was that?
Rock and Roll Express stole it.
But I thought they got it back because if you remember, wasn't he wearing like the assassin yellow mask?
Arya, would you wear something that Ricky Morton's mouth has touched?
And it could have been Robert Gibson's.
Would you wear something that Robert Gibson's mouth has touched? Robert Gibson was the one that the hooker shitting on the glass table, right?
Well, we don't know when that was.
It was probably the day before this. It was probably this morning.
Okay, well, in that case, then it's fine, because then Robert Gibson didn't wear the mask before that happened.
He did some shit before that, too, though. You know he did.
Probably. So Mr. Wrestling 2 is now Hercules Hernandez, and we are going to learn apparently super quick that this motherfucker needs a manager. And I don't know where Jim Cornette was, but dude, you got to be out there with your bodyguard.
Do you think that Michael Hayes knows that Hercules Hernandez is the mayor of Bad Street?
I think it's leading to an obvious feud here with the Freebirds versus the Midnight Express and Hercules, which, by the way, would be one fucking amazing feud. I think we can all agree with that.
That sounds like it's worth several money. I don't think it's going to happen, though. That sounds delightful.
Yes, there's a lot of money to be made off that feud. Just trying to book a Mid-South versus world-class feud. Kind of like, I don't know, did you watch the new Defunct Championship Wrestling on YouTube on the USWA?
Oh, I have not. I got to get on that. I got to get on that channel. I haven't seen it a lot.
Yeah. Well, I guess we're going to get to it in a year or two, and spoiler alert, but the USWA feuds briefly with Smoky Mountain Wrestling, and it's very much in Knoxville, the USWA are the heels and Smoky Mountain's the baby faces. In Memphis, Smoky Mountain's the heels and the USWA are the baby faces. They could have done that here.
When we get to that, can we watch the USWA too?
We can give it a shot, sure. If we can get the tapes. So, I do think, I'm pretty sure they air a lot of the stuff on Smoky Mountain. So it's not like, we'll just never see, the weirdness of Tracy Smothers and Robert Gibson being heels. So, yeah, he is the mayor of Bad Street. No one walks in his back door. And JR just gives the camera a look like, really? Really? I think this is why JR is the new ring announcer, is because he just has the great facial expressions, especially since Reeser has apparently disappeared off the face of the fucking earth. But
by the way, bless Jim Ross. It was wonderful to see him at All In on Saturday, and the only man in the world that could get a standing ovation for Boomer Sooner in Texas.
Yes, bless your heart, Jim Ross. Glad to see you up and out and doing your thing. By the way, this week's episode title, either, oh my God, it's Hercules Hernandez in all caps, or no one walks in his back door. Or no one walks in my back door, excuse me.
I think it's no one walks in my back door.
And not Terry Taylor's a little bitch.
Oh, if only no one walks in my back door. Like, I would be glad to have that as an Oh My God cast episode title.
Do you remember when what was it? Back in like 2005 when Chris Jericho had just started turning douchey heel and was feuding with Shelton Benjamin, and he had the lead singer of Fozzy come out and they sang a song, Shelton Benjamin is a little bitch.
Yes. Yeah. Shelton's a little bitch. Yes.
Where is Fozzy to come out here and sing for Terry Taylor? How old is Jericho now? 11?
Terry Taylor's a little bitch. Actually, hold on. 90. He's probably 12. Well, hold on. Math. 6, 18. He's probably 12.
Let's see, you were a history major, not a math major.
Yeah, one time I was having a meeting with my undergraduate advisor, and we were trying to figure out something with credits. And he looks at me and goes, "How good are you at doing math with your head?" And I go, "Fucking terrible." And he goes, "That's what I get for revising history majors."
I'm not the PE teacher, I'm the maths teacher. Sorry, my really bad English accent right there. Anywho, Mike Jackson, who you might recall is the person wrestling Hercules Hernandez Unchained in this match, he is a gutty competitor, according to Cowboy Bill, and apparently those guts got splattered as he got pinned with a power slam and an elbow drop. However, because Hercules did announce before the match that he's 265 pounds, he is outside the weight limit for the Alabama Junior Heavyweight title, so Mike Jackson retains the championship.
But if it was the Alabama X Division title.
Or it's not about weight limits, it's about no limits.
Exactly.
You know? I have no idea if that was even really a title, just that he was on WCW Saturday Night for years being introduced as the Alabama Junior Heavyweight Champion. And like he never had a belt, he never defended it. He was always the Alabama Junior Heavyweight Champion, losing to the Midnight Express.
Yeah, I really don't know. Like it's funny. It's funny if he did have a belt that he would like defend on indie shows, but it's even funnier if he doesn't.
Oh Lord. So we got our next match, which is the Bum Seeker, Big Ernie Ladd, versus pretty large in his own way, Steve Brinson. I think it's unfair to not call Steve Brinson big, even though Ernie Ladd is much bigger.
Well, you know, after I saw a man get his face rammed into the fucking mat like that, I don't feel like you can call him big anything.
Well, let's go to the intro of the match, including a promo with the Bum Seeker, who will be massaging his breasts for half the promo.
Is one fall with a 10-minute time limit. First of all, introducing in the red corner, 6'9", 320 pounds, Ernie the Cat Ladd.
Wait just a minute, I want to get something straight right now. Where is that bum Magnum TA? I told you once before. Anytime you come out and slap a man's face in the public, he should be out here defending himself right now. And Magnum, you are not out here right now. What do I have to do? To get a match with Magnum TA on national TV, do I have to hurt him bad? Then he won't be able to defend the title. But what I understand, he has had a meeting with his family and his attorney that he probably will take the belt and bring it to me and relinquish the title to me to keep from getting himself hurt. Shut up out there! To keep from getting himself hurt severely. I am the type of man that's capable of hurting him, and I figured that is a smart decision for him to make, to discuss it with his family and bring the title and give it to me right now.
Ladies and gentlemen, those comments from Ernie Ladd and his...
Okay, I don't know how long Ernie Ladd is going to be here. I haven't looked that up, but we need more Ernie Ladd in our lives. This man is a fucking national treasure.
He is. And look, if I was Magnum TA, I'd come out here and hand over that belt and say thank you, sir.
Do you think he'd need to have a meeting with his family and his lawyer first?
Hello?
Okay. All right. Did you notice Ladd massaging his breasts the entire time during the promo? Like, I don't know why. That's all I could notice when he was talking. Are you still there, Trey? Oh, bloody hell. Did we lose Trey again? We're gonna need another Trey. All right, so Trey is gonna X out and come back in. While that's going on, I'm gonna tell you that Ernie Ladd defeated Steve Brinson. Like, there's any doubt that a bum like Steve Brinson would beat a bum seeker like Big Ernie Ladd. And Ladd hit the double leg drop, but continued fighting until he hit the big boot and a double leg drop. Because what's better than Hulk Hogan's boot and leg drop? A boot and a double leg drop. And that's how Big Ernie Ladd picked up the win over pretty large Steve Brinson.
How did Vince never bring in Big Cat for a Hogan run?
I mean, I'm sure this is the end of Ernie Ladd's career. Like, you know, I again, I didn't look it up, but I mean, he's doing commentary at WrestleMania 2, and he's a talent scout for a little bit because he's the one that tried to bring in the Midnight Express to the WWF.
Oh,
yeah,
that
he's
makes
only
sense.
he's only here till the end of the year.
Yeah, that's it. He has one match in San Antonio in '85, and he's in the Bunkhouse Battle Royal at the Nassau Coliseum in '88. Other than that, this year is it for the Big Cat.
I was gonna say you'll never guess who he loses to, but you're looking at it, so
Yeah.
I don't need to. So I guess you can guess who he ends up losing to at the end of his run. Any thoughts on the bum seeker beating pretty large Steve Brinson?
Oh, but I love the Big Cat. Okay, the card for this show, the Texas All-Star Wrestling Battle of the Alamo 1985. The main event, a two-ring battle royal won by Big Bubba. Chavo Guerrero, Ted DiBiase for the
Big Bubba as in Ray Traylor or someone else?
Big Bubba as in Fred Ottman.
I was gonna say, because this is 1985, so this is a year before Tully Blanchard gives him a slingshot suplex.
Yeah. So this is all right, let's start from the opener. Because look at these names. Rick McCord defeats the Biker. The Biker does not have a cage match profile. American Force, the team of Paul Diamond and Shawn Michaels and Kelly Kiniski defeat J.R. Hogg, Killer Brooks, and Ox Baker. Gene Kiniski.
Hey, that babyface tag team, American Force, Kelly Kiniski, you're looking at two of the greatest workers of all time and their partner, Shawn Michaels.
Gene Kiniski and Nick Kiniski against Dory Funk Jr. and Mike Golden.
Wait a second.
Dale Veazey.
Wait a second. Wait. Time out for a second. What the hell ever happened to Nick Kiniski?
Nick Kiniski.
Am I like crazy, or wasn't he on World Class for like a minute? Didn't he do a promo with Gene? Or am I thinking of somebody else? What child of a former NWA World Champion cut a promo on? No, it was Kelly Kiniski.
Kelly.
Never mind.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind. Kelly's on there enough.
Yeah.
Anyway, tell us about Dale Veazey.
Dale Veazey defeated Hector Guerrero by disqualification. Al Madrigal defeated Scott Casey. The Hoods, the Hood and Hood number 2 defeated American Force, Paul Diamond and Shawn Michaels for the Texas Tag Team Championship. And then the match that you alluded to earlier, Kamala defeated Ernie Ladd.
I did not allude to that match. You alluded to that match. I alluded to something else.
Okay. Big Bubba, the Shockmaster Big Bubba, defeated the One Man Gang by DQ. Not the last time that we will discuss Big Bubba against the One Man Gang on this show. And then Chavo Guerrero defeated Ted DiBiase for the USA Heavyweight title. And then again, the Big Bubba won the Battle Royal.
By the way, Ricky Santana is not Hood number 1. He's the Hood.
That is correct. The Hood.
Not any Hood, but the Hood.
Not a Hood. The Hood.
Crusher Khrushchev versus Rick McCord. Next week, we find out that Crusher Khrushchev is going to wrestle Sonny King on this very program. McCord got a brief flurry of offense, according to my horrible writing, but then Khrushchev kicked him in the head, and that was that. Khrushchev then won with the Russian-Adian backbreaker.
Rick McCord's a tremendous jobber. This motherfucker looks like he worked a shift at the post office before this match today. But he was athletic. He threw a nice drop kick. And, at one point, fucking McCord avoided the charge in the corner, and Darso took, like, the Bret Hart turnbuckle to the chest. And you could tell he hit it hard, because you could see it on his face.
Hey, Bret would tell you, do not do those front turnbuckle bumps.
Yeah.
By the way, do you think Dominic DiDucci went up to McCord before the match and went, Ricky, my boy, tonight, if you hit the drop kick, you might finally become the champion?
Oh, that's a tremendous reference.
Yes, it is. So I thought the show was going to end with a Magnum TA video package. I am 99% sure we have seen this Magnum TA video package before, but now they just took it and put Born to Be Wild on it.
This was better, though. Like, okay, it feels wrong to hear this song on a wrestling show and it not be for Cactus Jack, but other than that, this was like, I think it was a different cut. I think it was probably a lot of the same footage cut different. Maybe I'm wrong, but like, I don't know, maybe it was just song. This was a much better video as far as making Magnum TA look like a cool motherfucker.
I did it my way.
Yeah, that was a no for me, dog.
That was a questionable choice.
Yeah.
Well, because the show's not over yet and we still have 90 seconds left, Crusher Khrushchev has something to say. Let's go to Barry now.
Here we are back at ringside with Crusher Khrushchev, and next week right here on Mid-South you will be wrestling Sonny King. And I think what you saw earlier, after Sonny King took 2 straight shots by Butch Reed and stood there and looked at him, you may have a tough opponent. You're not going to have an easy time of it like you have with Rick McCord.
Don't get me wrong here. I'll get right back to that. First, I want to talk about a thief around here. That's that Dr. Death Steve Williams. Then you got another scaredy cat that's running scared. They're trying to keep that medal, and everybody knows that I'm the true TV champion here. And I will get my medal back. I don't care who has it. I'm going to get it.
Well, I think one time Doc gave you the chance in the ring, and I don't agree with what Doc's doing now, but you couldn't take it from him then.
I can take it from any time, and I will take it from him. And I'll go any other time he wants to come in the ring, and I will take it.
Well, next week you've got Sonny King.
That's right. And he's been messing around in everybody's business around here. When he came here to Mid-South, he teamed up with the Junkyard Dog. And he was friends with Jim Duggan. Let me tell you something, Sonny King. I don't like that. Those are 2 of my biggest enemies. And I will do what I can to destroy you and send you out of town.
Well, we're going back to Boyd Pierce, and we'll see this match next week here on Mid-South.
You know, Crusher Khrushchev does have a point. He is the champion of television. He won the title on television. He never lost the title on television. He, by all intents and purposes, is still the champion of television.
I wrote the exact same thing in different words.
To be fair, I didn't even write that. I just started yammering about it now that I got done listening to it.
No, that was my note in the segment. As far as I know, Crusher is the TV champion because I never saw him lose on TV.
Yes. They didn't even show the finish of the match, did they?
I don't think so. I think they just said that it happened.
Well, he wants his medal back, and he's going to take it back from Doc. I don't. I love Khrushchev. I don't like his odds.
No, he's not here a lot longer, is he?
Nope, nope, nope. He's going to be replaced by one of our favorite wrestlers.
That's awesome. Does he go straight to Crockett after this? Or he go somewhere else first?
I honestly am not sure, and I don't think you're catching my sarcasm when I say he's going to be replaced by one of our favorite wrestlers.
Oh no, I did. I just who is it? Max? Is Max coming back? Is
replace is a strong word, but either his last or next to last match is against our favorite wrestler from Monte County.
Oh, tremendous.
Yes. And to the best of my knowledge, it's not a 10-minute time limit draw. So if that makes you feel any better.
Nah, they don't do that on here.
So I got a question for you, Trae.
Okay.
What match was the only match they plugged last week for this week?
I don't remember.
Mr. Wrestling versus Mr. Wrestling 2.
Oh yeah, they did. Okay, that didn't happen, did it?
Nope. Not everything was airtight, brother.
This was a different taping, so maybe something happened.
Well, like I said, he's out of the territory now too, anyway. But
Yeah.
I thought they were just going to air the match from the Superdome or air clips from the Superdome.
Oh, well, maybe they were going to, and then they decided that they were going to do the unmasking, and they didn't want to muddy things.
True that. By the way, from here he's going to Florida, and he's apparently going to form at least a couple episode tag team with former Mid-South regular Buckley Christopher George Robley III.
Oh, how about that?
Yes. How about that? I'm doing my bad Pete Rose impression. So.
How about it?
Oh Lord. So yeah. By the way, so before we go into World Class, it's time for a new segment on the show. A segment Trae had no idea was coming. And that's Trivia for Trae.
Oh.
Where I think of some random ass trivia and try to stump Trae.
Wrestling trivia or like
wrestling trivia.
Okay.
I know it's our show, so like I'll ask you about the annexation of Puerto Rico, which you'd probably know more about, but still.
Well, yeah, that was just a result. Never mind. But not about like 17th century Russian literature.
Nope. In 17th century Russian literature, no. Okay. According to Cage Match, who was Jerry Lawler's first AWA World Title defense against?
Oh, fuck.
And I promise there's a reason I know this and looked it up. It's not, just me being some random savant.
Okay, give me some kind of hint that there's some reason that I should know this.
He, for a very, very brief amount of time in the mid-2000s, he became a popular meme at around the same time of Bret Hart, El Dandy, and Lex Luger versus the T-shirt.
Shit.
If I told you much more, it would give it away.
Okay, was it an AWA person or a Memphis person?
AWA.
Or other?
AWA.
Okay. And this is 88. Who was in the AWA in 88?
Promise it's not any registered sex offenders or anything like that.
Okay, that's good. Who the fuck was there in 88? Sergeant Slaughter.
I guarantee, you were really overthinking it if you're thinking of Sergeant Slaughter. You need to go much lower on the card. It's somebody not known for being in the main event.
Greg Gagne?
Nope.
Okay.
Okay. I'll give you one final hint, and I'm pretty sure you'll get this.
Okay.
Trampoline.
Oh, Dennis Stamp.
Yes, Dennis Stamp. Oh Lord,
Oh.
I was just for some reason I decided to watch Beyond the Mat today, so that's what made me think to look up what Den because he said his last match was in like 1993, and apparently Cage Match is not a record of that because like they have his last match is like 88. Um, so yeah. Um, so that's how I randomly found out who Jerry Lawler's first AWA World Title challenger was.
Where was it?
It might have been Vegas, I think. It was because I'm pretty sure it was
Okay,
during one of
well,
those AWA TV
Showboat.
tapings.
Yeah, it would have to
Um,
be a TV taping, right? Because I know that things were bad for the AWA in '88, but I didn't think they were Dennis Stamp challenging for the world title at a house show bad.
yes, it was in fact the Showboat in Las Vegas.
Hmm.
Elsewhere on the show, and oh my God, that wasn't even Jerry Lawler's only match. And oh my God, yeah, they really got it. This was a fucking Jesus Christ. There's like 80 fucking matches this show. Not literally, but this may have been the famous show that Mike Tenay and Dave Meltzer were at because Mr. Saito and Ricky Choshu wrestled in the main event, losing, by the way, to the tag team of Jerry Lawler and Greg Gagne.
Okay,
Elsewhere on the card, go
I
ahead.
need to see Jerry Lawler wrestle Ricky Choshu. I need to know what that looks
Elsewhere,
like.
elsewhere on the card, uh, Hector and Mondo Guerrero, and this is gonna pop you and I and probably nobody else listening to this. Hector and Mondo Guerrero lost to AWA World Tag Team Champions Pat Tanaka and Paul Diamond, the former AWA World Champions. No, as the Bad Company.
Well, at least they were still known as Bad Company at that point.
Yes. But by the way, and I don't know what they were in ECW, but you have corrected me a few weeks ago when I wrote to you "bad" with two D's company and wrote "bad" with one D. It at
I
least
don't
in Cage
remember.
Match,
No,
it was
that
bad
wasn't a
with two D's.
correction. That wasn't a correction. That was me not knowing or caring.
So let's see here. We had a tag team match with Brandy May and Heidi Lee Morgan defeating Debbie Combs and Medusa Michelli, which led to a singles match between Debbie Combs and Brandy May, which led to a singles match with Medusa Michelli versus Heidi Lee Morgan, which was all before Jerry Lawler defeated Dennis Stamp to retain the AWA World Heavyweight title, which, by the way, was not even Dennis Stamp's first match of the night. He wrestled Greg Gagne before that flurry of girls matches. Now you might think to yourself, well, Dennis Stamp is about to wrestle for the AWA World Heavyweight title. And so he obviously must have defeated Greg Gagne in this match taped about an hour earlier, right? You're not right.
Okay, I have looked at this a lot as I went into the 93 stuff. There is a lot of stuff on Cage Match for like TV squash matches that are listed as title matches that were not presented as title matches on television.
I mean, it's possible. To be fair, though, they don't list every Jerry Lawler match on the show as a title match because he also wrestled Daryl Nickel.
Well, maybe Dennis Stamp had some kind. Maybe he won a casino gauntlet match and had a guaranteed world title shot.
There you go. Oh my God, some of these matches. Rocky Mountain Thunder defeated Crusher Krugnov.
Rocky.
Also, if you like Soldat Ustinov, it's the show for you because he wrestled multiple times. And oh my God, I can't believe we didn't get a winner in this match. A no contest between two of the all-time legends, no doubt, legendary all-time wrestlers right here. Handsome Harry and Iron Man Miller.
Oh, have you seen the other Saito and Choshu match?
Versus Houdini and Louis Spicolli.
Louis, I did not know Louis started that early.
Yeah, apparently.
Yeah, he started in '88 according to Cage Match. Wow.
Also, Houdini's entire career disappeared off Cage Match. Apparently enough to have a fucking Cage Match, but his career was this TV taping and a UWF TV taping where he lost to David Sammartino and Jay Strongbow Jr.
Yeah, not our UWF and not Akira Maeda's UWF. Herbie's UWF.
Nope.
Herbie fully loaded.
It's good to know somebody lost the match on those shows because they had a lot of DQs and countouts and whatnot.
Do you think that movie Herbie Fully Loaded was loosely based on Herb Abrams?
I mean, I think Lindsay Lohan must have been paid in some Herb Abrams shit.
Oh, you got to give it to Herb Abrams. He died doing what he loved: cocaine and hookers.
Yes. All right, World Class Championship Wrestling. Before we get sued from not only Terry Taylor, who is a little bitch, but the the family of Herb Abrams.
I think Herb would be proud of that.
Let's go to the intro of the show, and also Lindsay Lohan. We really don't have get sued by Lindsay Lohan money. Let's go to the intro with Bill Mercer.
Hey, welcome to World Class Championship Wrestling from the famed Sportatorium here in Dallas, Texas. I'm Bill Mercer. Great to have you with us, and we've got a tremendous main event tonight. Kerry Von Erich and Chris Adams teaming up against the maniacal Missing Link and his partner, gorgeous Jimmy Garvin. In addition to our main event, you're going to see the great wrestling stars Gino Hernandez, Rock and Roll Zumhoff, Kiniski, and Khan, and many more. And we have an encore match of tremendous proportions coming up. That features Kevin and Mike Von Erich against Roberts and Gordy, with Michael Hayes and Kerry Von Erich in their respective corners. We'll see that and more next on World Class Championship Wrestling.
The two sweetest words in World Class Wrestling: encore match. And by the way, scrolling through the rest of the show, that is the only audio we have to play from World Class is that 41-second intro. Now, do you think 20 years later, Barbie Blank was a huge fan of the Von Erichs since she modeled her ring name off of Carrie Carey? Trey's laughing so hard he forgot to unmute his microphone.
I'm sorry. I did forget to unmute. I was, I don't know. The fact that her name is Barbie Blank was always very funny to me.
That was much like, Richard Rude and Richard Fleer and, all those people. That is a much better wrestling name than Kelly Kelly.
That was a stupid name. Kelly was a stupid name.
I mean, it's like, I think the gimmick was supposed to be that she was so stupid, she accidentally gave her own name twice, and they didn't even expand on that.
Do you remember when Shawn Michaels got confused and started calling Mr. Kennedy? Yes.
I didn't think that was confusion. I think he was just mocking Mr. Kennedy's ring introduction.
I mean, it's Shawn Michaels. There was probably an element of confusion.
I still love the spot. I mean, love is a strong word, but I love that they booked him in a match on pay-per-view against Mike Knox, and he had no fucking idea who Mike Knox was.
Oh my God!
With him.
I love that. So, my best friend Dustin from high school is like the biggest HBK mark. Shawn Michaels is his favorite wrestler of all time, and that popped us so much as teenagers. The fucking that Survivor Series match, And it's like the very beginning of the match is Shawn super kicking Mike Knox, and he looks around and his partners are like, pin him, and he just shrugs and pins him. He goes, who was that? Was he in the match? Oh, so we're doing good then.
I thought, and I mean, hey, this would have encouraged December to Dismember to do decent business. I thought they could have played up that angle and because that was when DX was feuding with Edge and Orton, and they could have come out on Raw the next night and said that we know somebody who's been disrespected even more than us, and they bring out Mike Knox and he challenges Shawn Michaels to a match of December to Dismember, which A, could not have made that show do any worse than it already did, and B, would have solved a timing problem because you just add 20 minutes of DX being stupid, and there you have a 3-hour pay-per-view right there. Not that the show would have been like an all-time classic, but at the very least, it wouldn't have been like the death of everything.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, would having like DX just mocking ECW for the whole, would that really make it any fucking worse than it was? I don't think it could have hurt the ECW brand any more than that show did.
Well, didn't they show up the 1 week on ECW doing a handicap match against the Big Show?
Yeah, they did. I loved that random fucking weird Big Show run when he had like a super fucking fun match with Flair, and then he was having like matches with RVD and Sabu, and then weird fucking matches with like The Undertaker and Batista. You remember the match with fucking Batista in the Hammerstein Ballroom and the crowd shit all over it?
Change the channel. Change the channel. Oh, Lord. And sad, sad and whatever, because they were supposed to do the December to Dismember show from the Hammerstein Ballroom originally, and it wasn't going to be the Elimination Chamber because you could get the Elimination Chamber in there. But because of that show, or specifically that match, Vince pulled December to Dismember from the Hammerstein Ballroom and put it in the thriving home of ECW Hardcore Wrestling, Augusta, Georgia.
I want to live. I want to see the alternate universe where the main event of December to Dismember was Bobby Lashley winning the ECW championship from the Big Show with the Hammerstein Ballroom.
Remember those signs that said if Cena wins, we riot? There may have been a riot just without even the match happening.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord. Where the hell am I? Because I scrolled up to add some notes to the what else are we talking about list and forgot to scroll back down. So anyway,
we had an encore match.
Yep, sweetest words in world-class championship wrestling. Encore match. Kevin and Mike versus Buddy and Gordy from not even sure when this was because they've wrestled 10,000 times. Fast forward to 746.
This was the match that aired on July. Wait, no, hold on. Sorry.
It was like a
June
couple
16th.
weeks ago. Yeah.
June 16th.
It was right after Kerry lost the world title.
Yeah.
All right. So your champion, Gino Hernandez, versus George Weingroff's cross-eyed penis. According to Bill Mercer, when Weingroff isn't in the ring, he has a rather severe prescription for glasses. I hope so. By the way, who is the better double champion, Chris Candido or Gino Hernandez?
Well, Candido was a triple champion briefly. Technically, Gino, the American champion, when he beat the world champion to become the Texas champion, that makes him the linear world champion. So he is kind of, in a manner of speaking, a triple champion.
It's very true. And Chris Candido, well, we never did find out who Chris Candido beat for the world title. I'm sure it was somebody at the level of Ric Flair and Hulk Hogan.
Was I don't know who the fuck was working for Dennis in '93. Yeah, Doink. So it's been just slowly dawning on me from week to week. It's just been a few weeks. I never really seen him before, so I didn't know. But it was this week, and I was like, oh, Gino is like a better worker than almost everyone in the territory.
Yes. Yes, indeed.
Gino is like if the same guy were as charismatic as Hayes, but as good a worker as Buddy Roberts.
Now you see why I love Gino Hernandez so much, and I could not wait for him to come into the goddamn territory.
Yeah, and hey, man, this was a treat between Gino and he of the massive penis, George Weingroff here.
So Gino won with a falling elbow from the top rope. So yes, not only is he your champion, he's also your winner. And then drunk Mark Laurent said the match went 6 minutes 44 seconds. How long did this match actually go?
You know, you're going to be disappointed because it's not that off. It was 6 minutes and 20 seconds.
Really? I thought he was off by like 3 minutes.
These times are so fucking arbitrary.
I think DML just like, how long did that match feel? And that's the time of the match.
The pinfall at fucking 7 weeks and 3 days. Johnny Mantell over fucking Kelly Kiniski.
If Johnny Mantell was in a match with no time limit, how long do you think that match would go?
It depends on the territory, probably.
World class. Put him in the opening match against any random schmo on the world class roster. No time limit. How long does that match go?
Okay, I don't know if that's better or worse than where my brain went. Because I'm not sure if you were aware, Arya, but over the weekend I witnessed a match between a couple of fellas named Kenny Omega and Kazuchika Okada. And
I've heard of them. Are they as good as John Mantell and Kelly Kiniski?
Well, it got me to thinking because they had a pretty famous no time limit match, and it got me thinking. Johnny Mantell against Kazuchika Okada in a no time limit 2 out of 3 falls match.
I am sure Okada could carry him to a 71-minute match.
Well, I don't think. I think it might be a 7.1 minute match.
By the way, after the match, Gino called out all of Von Erichs, including Fritz.
Yeah, fuck him. I'm on Gino's side. Let's go.
All right, so Buck Zumhoff wrestled next. Our other rule is we fast forward through Buck Zumhoff. So I fast forwarded 10 minutes. Trey, I'm assuming you did the same. What did you watch this match?
Redacted pinned Kelly Kiniski.
So yeah, it was some sort of wacky tag match. Jay Strongbow Jr. I think was in there, and somebody else because you can't have a tag match with only 3 people.
It was Joel Strongbow and he who shall not be named against Bill Irwin and Kelly Kiniski.
Wow, what did Bill Irwin do to deserve that?
Right.
Iceman Parsons must have got out in the nick of time. By the way, speaking of she calls that the review. Congrats to Naomi for winning the women's championship at the Evolution pay-per-view.
She got over with me just for like when people started tweeting, bitching about it, that she just like, yeah, I just fucking called The Rock and made it happen. Good for her. Good for Trinity. Love you.
Yes. Then we got Khan versus Chick Donovan. Khan won via ref stoppage. Poor Wish.com Lex Luger.
I am really enjoying this Killer Khan World Class run. This is a very different match than we usually see on these shows. Like,
indeed, it was quick, decisive, and it's like I was not bored out of my fucking mind for an hour.
Chick Donovan submitted to having his knee fucking pummeled.
Was it a submission? I thought it was just a referee stoppage.
I think it was a submission. It was portrayed as a submission. Bill Mercer, who was a noted journalist of legitimate historical moments, said it was a submission.
Okay. The fans chanted for Kevin, so Kevin hit the ring. Remember in like 2014 when the fans would hijack Raw and just cheer for anybody and everybody? Imagine if like everybody they chanted for would just get in the ring.
Yeah.
Like,
I gotta say, I got to witness some very cool things over the week, but the world class reviewer in me, I smiled. I got to see Kevin Von Erich put the claw on somebody in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex.
See, I thought you said you were going to try to find the Sportatorium.
It's not there anymore.
I know, which is what it made. You could have taken a picture of the lot. Hell, you could take a picture of a lot and lie to me and say, this is the lot Sportatorium used to be in.
I have a picture of Kevin Von Erich putting the claw on Anthony Ogogo.
That works. Good old Ogogo.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Where is Solo and Camarato and QT? What the hell happened to QT?
I think he still works backstage and he still does like indie stuff, and Solo's still around, and I like Nick Camarato. I don't know why you don't do anything with him.
I didn't even know he was still in the company.
And I haven't heard that he's not. I would love to see him get work in Japan somewhere. I think he'd do well.
So David Manning Von Erich just stood back since the last time he got involved with these two. He got yeeted across the ring. Adams ran in, and the two baby faces sent the one heel running with a double drop kick, and the Khan threw the chair into the ring before bailing.
I was really hoping that he would yeet David Manning again, but no such luck. No such luck.
No yeet this week.
No yeet.
By the way, apparently I can only make correct predictions when the Uso family is involved. Because not only did I predict Jey Uso would win the Royal Rumble, I also, before the Rhea Ripley Io Sky match, I predicted that Naomi would cash in. So, I don't know what Jimmy's got coming up, but apparently I need to predict something for Jimmy now too.
I believe I had predicted that she was going to lose to Jade at this show, which I was right about, and that then she was going to cash in on Jade after Jade won the title at SummerSlam. But
I think
not to be.
Most people thought that too, and to be honest, it was during Mommy's entrance. I'm like, Naomi versus Mommy would be a really cool feud. Like, it'd be different because I don't think they've ever wrestled.
I don't think so. And it's like,
I know they were in that random 4-way tag match at WrestleMania when Naomi and Sasha won the belts that they then quit the company over. But not counting that.
Yeah. No, Naomi's a good opponent good.
Well, then we got our main event, which is Jimmy Garvin in his green sequins and Max with Precious and General Skandor Akbar versus Kerry Von Erich and England gentleman Chris Adams. Did you notice that during the pre-match intro, Adams and Precious were shoving each other?
Oh, were they?
Yeah. It was so random. It was at the bottom of the screen as they come back from commercial. And I'm like, where is Stella Mae French when you need her? So they got the heat.
We'll find out.
They got the heat on Adams, and Max took a super kick to the face before Kerry got the hot tag. Kerry ran wild for 15 to 20 seconds before tagging right back out. And I know we mention this occasionally, but doesn't that expose wrestling more than anything else? You got your ass beat for 5 or 6 minutes, just getting your ass handed to you by Jimmy Garvin and Max. And then you stand on the ring apron for about 15 seconds, and now you're fully recouped and are ready to go kick some more ass.
Well, no. Look, we've all been in those situations where you're just fucking, you just need a second. You just need a second. You take about 30 seconds and you sit down and you breathe, and then it's fucking time to go. You're not recovered. It's just you got the adrenaline. You got to keep going. That's all it is.
Well, they did the WrestleMania 5 finish with Rick Rude and
Yeah.
Ultimate Warrior, with Jimmy Garvin playing the role of Rick Rude, Chris Adams playing the role of the Ultimate Warrior, and Precious playing the role of Bobby the Brain Heenan. And Jimmy Garvin got the pin.
And
Stella
this is the
May-
only time, that anyone will ever compare, will ever compare Precious to Bobby Heenan as a manager.
More than likely. More than likely. After the match, I got my wish. Stella Mae French ran in and waylaid Precious and Garvin. She tried to throw Precious out of the ring, but Precious was either wearing short shorts or a short dress, and she was having none of that. And so she gracefully left the ring on her own.
So it should tell you everything about this match, that the only part that I found remotely interesting was Max headbutting Adam's back and sternum. Like that's an interesting way to use your head. I'm so sick of these goddamn fucking Garvin and Von Erichs and Adamses. I don't want to see them in the same fucking place anymore.
We are closing in on 1 year. 1 year of Chris Adams versus Jimmy Garvin.
Oh my God, you're right. That started like last August, didn't it?
It did. It was when when Jimmy Garvin was the champion and he was defending the title every week against jobbers. And then the 1 week Chris Adams took him to like a 10-minute time limit draw. So he stopped defending the belt every week. And that's when Adams came back as the Masked Avenger. And it's been going on since then.
Jeez.
Next week, by the way, Kerry Von Erich, former NWA World Heavyweight Champion, is going to wrestle Max, who is not a former NWA World Heavyweight Champion.
But if Max could get a win over a former champion, you got to think that he would be on the top contenders list.
He would definitely go up the rankings. I'm sure of that.
Yeah.
Yep. So that does it for World Class. We still have 3 years to go until Fritz has a heart attack.
Oh, right.
In the meantime and in between time, Mike is going to have toxic shock syndrome. Lance is going to come in. Lance is then going to quit to go work for Wild West Wrestling. Fritz is then going to go on TV and expose Lance as not a real Von Erich, which, what does that really say about you, Fritz? And the Dingo Warrior is going to come in at some point. And so many people are going to die on this show. It's not even funny.
Yeah,
Actually, now that I think about it, like, isn't the only other person who dies on the show Gino? I guess Mike dies. Mike dies in 87.
Chris, what year's Chris?
Chris is until like 91. Like that's like people always like link
That's
Chris
after
into,
World
like,
Class.
Yeah. Chris's entire
Okay.
quote unquote career isn't until World Class ends.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah. At some point I doubt like I keep saying this, but it's like the last episode of UWF is the weekend of Fritz's heart attack. And it's like, I know we're going to have some perverse desire to keep watching just to see how fucked up they can keep going with that. But that's 3 years, 3.5 years away.
And by then I will have convinced you to just drop it, and then we'll go back and start again with like Memphis and Southeastern.
I'll be like, how the hell did you convince me to watch Southeastern?
Oh, how dare you! Some good Southern wrestling.
Yes, but how much Southern wrestling can we watch from the same time period?
All of it.
All of it?
All of it.
And here I want to watch OVW and Lucha Underground and WCW Saturday Night. And Cindy in a year is going to have me watching Impact because, she hates me, I think.
You don't have to do that to yourself. But you don't. No, so it look, we've hit it enough. After Smoky Mountain, we're gonna do OVW, right?
It's either going to be OVW or Lucha Underground, one of the two.
Yeah, Lucha Underground is there are kind of a lot of episodes of Lucha Underground.
So, I mean, the thing is, at least with Lucha Underground, like there's a lot, but there's a finite number. It's 4 seasons and no movie.
Yeah.
So it's
maybe we'll
OVW. Yeah, OVW, even if we just do the Cornette run, is 6 years.
Yeah.
By the way,
we will burn that bridge when we get there.
The one thing Cornette never mentions, like he always mentions the Santino thing, and he always mentions taking a break right before that. He never mentions when he got suspended for screaming at Kevin Thorne that time. Or that wasn't even just Kevin Thorne, it was Kevin Thorne and the Dudley Boys. It was like back to back because the Dudleys had done a dark. They'd asked they'd asked Cornette for permission to do an angle after the TV taping ended to send the fans home happy. And they did something like put Jillian Hall through a table with a super bomb or something. And so Cornette was irate about that because, hey, this is OVW, this isn't ECW. Jillian Hall is now not going to be here next week. And then there was like an OVW house show where Kevin Thorne was wearing a hat and Cornette was flipping out because he was wearing a hat and, exposing the business and all that shit. And then he got suspended. And that's when, was it Dreamer that came in and booked the "Where is Jim Cornette" angle and had no idea where to end it or whatever?
I know about the Santino thing. I kind of recognize the Kevin Thorne story. I don't know the rest of this.
Okay. Well, at some point, the Dudley Boys put Jillian Hall through a table, and Jim Cornette loses his shit, and your bestie Bully Ray complains to People Power, and yeah,
just fucking. That's a fucking match, isn't it? Goddamn laryngitis and dick face.
We're getting sued by everybody this week. Oh God!
Look. I am
else...
what you call. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Never mind.
There was somebody else I wanted to induct into the Something Else Hall of Something Else last week, and then I forgot all about it, and now it's too late because I don't remember who it was.
Oh no! Well, who's going to be denied a spot in the Hall of Something Else?
I'm sure it's somebody who will earn his spot at some point. Oh, okay. I don't know if you want to get in on this or if you want to wait for another specific moment, but Gino Hernandez.
Yeah, just in general, just for spectacular achievements in being Gino Hernandez.
Inducted July 14, 2025 for spectacular achievements in the world of being Gino Hernandez.
Yes.
What was that award that Homer Simpson got? The C. Montgomery Burns Award for Outstanding Achievement in the Field of Excellence.
That is so nothing. Wow.
1 second. outstanding achievement in the field of excellence. And then because it was like also when Shane McMahon came back in 2016 to randomly wrestle The Undertaker in a Hell in a Cell match at WrestleMania, and the setup for that was Stephanie McMahon winning the Vincent James McMahon like founder award or something.
Yeah.
Some random bullshit award.
So breaking news. Apparently they're teasing a program on Raw between Gunther and Braun Breaker. So we could very soon be having a unification match between the WWE World Heavyweight Champion and the linear AEW World Champion.
There we go. And by the way, there is a gauntlet match tonight on Raw to determine who wrestles the Ring General at SummerSlam.
All right.
Yes. By the way, we do have some breaking news here. Well, not really breaking news because it was like an hour ago, but it is now official at SummerSlam. Naomi is going to defend against both Io and Rhea. Adam Pearce has announced it's going to blow the roof off MetLife Stadium. And for those who don't know or remember, MetLife Stadium does not have a roof. But thank you, Adam Pearce, anyway.
Did it never have a roof, or did the roof get blown off during?
Never had a roof. By the way, remember that period of Raw where Vince McMahon decided that there cannot be wrestling during commercial breaks? So like every fucking match was like a random ass 2 out of 3 falls match, or would end in a disqualification and have to get restarted.
That was the worst time of my life for a lot of reasons.
I thought about that because Bayley took on Lyra Valkyria in a 2 out of 3 falls match on Raw tonight, which was won by Lyra Valkyria.
That I don't know what kind of time they had, but that sounds like it could be good.
1957.
That's probably a good match.
By the way, my other notes from Evolution, JC Jane is a very attractive woman. And as a follow-up to my comment about her at the Royal Rumble, Lash Legend, I am certainly down with the thickness. But Stephanie Vactor, winner of the Battle Royal, very beautiful woman.
There are some very fine ladies in the world of pro wrestling.
By the way, do you remember a few years ago when everybody got up in arms because somebody on a house show said that Maxine Dupree sucked, and everyone got up in arms because she's such a nice person, all that shit? Spoiler, she still sucks. And also, is B-Fab also a nice person? Because she sucks too.
Yeah, there's been a lot of wrestlers who were very nice people who sucked.
Dave Sullivan. Dave Sullivan is a very nice guy. Yes. Oh, Lord. Did you watch any of the Evolution show?
I did not.
Okay. I'll be honest, I'm just numb still to a lot of modern wrestling, but it was a fine show.
Hey, G1 starts this weekend.
G1 does in fact start this weekend. So yeah, we'll see if my love of pro wrestling clicks again.
Okay. Between now and when we record the Smoky Mountain show, we need to submit our G1 brackets and maybe talk about them on the show.
I already did.
You already did. Okay. I need to do my G1 bracket that I will do very well with for like 2 shows and then fall off a fucking cliff.
Who knows? Anywho, by the way, how are you doing in the Oh My God cast?
We have been off. I am hoping that we can get back to it hopefully next week and cross some lines.
Have you ever watched that goddamn episode the week after the 90-minute episode yet?
No.
I just know when you see what I am like been waiting a month for you to see at this point, you're gonna pop huge.
Okay. Well, we'll find out soon.
Or you're either gonna pop huge or you are going to go bald from ripping your hair out in an act of preposterousness.
What is Maddie in the house gonna do?
I can't even tell you.
Or we're just gonna get like a whole, or we're just gonna get like a whole show of Maddie in the house and fucking Jason.
Yeah, I would have found that great, but I know I'd be the only person. This, I think you'll fucking love.
Okay.
And if you don't, I will eat my own pants.
Okay. Okay.
And you cannot lie about your love of this moment either.
Okay.
In an effort to try to make me eat my own pants.
Okay. Gotcha.
All right. So with my pants still intact, we're going to call it a show. So
it's a show.
Let's get out while the getting's good. Thank you all for listening. Hope you all enjoyed the show, and we'll talk to you again in 7 days.
Bye.